Hello, welcome back. Kathleen Hart here from the Little Piece of Hart blog. Today I'm really excited because I'm going to teach you how to make one of my kind of go-to side dishes in the summer because it involves a lot of basil. So it's really good when you have a huge basil plant that you need to kind of cut down and you're tired of making pesto. So it's my coconut basil rice made with cauliflower, of course, low carb as usual, fresh, easy ingredients. Let me show you what they're going to be. First, you need a bunch of fresh basil leaves, which I have here. You're gonna need a little bit of salt, some butter, garlic clove. I have a couple scallions here that I separated after I cut them into the whites and then the greens. Some jarred jalapeno slices, some riced cauliflower that I did earlier. If you need to learn how to rice cauliflower, I have a video about that already. Go check it out. I'll put the link below. And then the star of the show, we have our coconut milk. Now, why do I have 2 cans? I only need 1 can for this recipe, but I wanted to just kind of explain super quick what the difference is between these two. Here we have organic coconut milk that is unsweetened. There's only 1 gram of carb per serving, which is great. That's what we want. Check your labels when you're buying coconut milk. Then we also have light coconut milk, and this is also 1 gram of carbs per serving. The difference between the two is not the carbs, it is the fat and the calories. So depending on how low carb, high fat you're going, depends on what coconut milk you're gonna be choosing. I'm gonna be honest, I've used both of these before. The light coconut milk does not have as strong of a coconut flavor as the just plain organic coconut milk. And just to give you guys an example, for a serving of the regular coconut milk is 120 calories, 12 grams of fat, and the light is 50 calories and 4.5 grams of fat. So it's a big difference, but if you're doing low carb, high fat, it's fine. Just decide for yourself what you want to do. Today, since I want full flavor, I'm going for the fat one, but can't blame me, right? Now that I went over the ingredients, here's a little sneak peek about what it's going to look like when it's all done. So let's start assembling our coconut sauce. Into the blender, we are going to add our fresh basil leaves. Whoops. Get all of them in there. These are from my garden, which is awesome, nice and fresh. Definitely saves on your wallet when you have it growing in your garden, especially because mine are like this big right now. Okay, then we're gonna add in our coconut milk. It's gonna be solid on top, but then it's going to plop down with the liquid, just like that. Push that in, scrape the inside. Then we are going to add in the clove of garlic and a pinch of salt. Okay, so this is very important. We don't want to blend this too long because the coconut milk will start to separate. Ask me how I know. So what we're going to do is put it on for exactly 30 seconds. So I'm going to set a timer, blend this for 30 seconds just so that it's exact, and then I will show you what to do next. After 20 seconds, totally forgot to tell you guys, I add in the jalapeno slices and then blend for 10 more seconds after that. So we're all blended up. Next stop is the stove for the cauliflower rice part of this. So we're just gonna reserve this right now, go over to the stove and start assembling everything all together. Got my butter that I showed you guys earlier melting in a large high-sided saucepan. And you want to do it that way because we're going to be adding a decent amount of cauliflower in here, so we want it to have room to move around. What we're going to do is take the white parts of the scallion that I cut up earlier, and now that my butter's all melted, we want to just add that in. It's a light sizzle because we kind of want to infuse the butter too with the scallion flavor. Is there anything better? I know I say this all the time, but is there really anything better than onions and butter? No, there isn't. This is amazing. All right, we're just gonna let these cook just about 2 or 3 minutes, just till they soften a little bit, and I'll show you what to do next. All right, so it's been a couple minutes. What I'm gonna do next is add in my cauliflower, and this was half of a pretty large head that I had grated. And then what you want to do is mix around the cauliflower because you want it to soak into that butter, and you want to get it all coated and get the scallions moving around. I want to get the cauliflower coated in the butter before we add our coconut puree. That looks great. So now we want to add in our coconut puree right on top. It's gonna look a little wet to start off with, but that's why we're gonna cook it for about 25 minutes and then it will thin out. Exactly what it's supposed to look like. It's gonna be a little wet. The longer we cook the sauce, the more it's gonna thicken up and get a nice creamy consistency. So we're gonna be putting a lid on this for 25 minutes, but after 10 minutes, I'll meet you back here because we're gonna remove the lid and we're just gonna give it a nice stir just to make sure everything's working good. Put the lid back on and then do another 10 to 15 minutes checking on it again at the 20-minute mark. So I'll meet you back here in 10 minutes. Time to stir. As you can see, it's bubbling up nicely. I turned my heat down to medium-low, but we wanna just give this a mix. If some of the cauliflower is sticking to the bottom, just mix it around and just run your spatula or your cooking tool right on the bottom of the pan. That's fine. At this point, like I said, it's been 10 minutes, so I want to go ahead and just give this a little pinch of salt. We're going to salt it again and pepper it at the end after we taste it, but I just want to add in a little bit right now. All right, so we're at medium-low heat. We're gonna pop this on for about another 10 or 15 minutes. I'm gonna check it after 10 and just see the consistency of the sauce. Once it gets perfect, I will show you exactly what it looks like. This is looking great. If you wanna come in here, come on in here. See how some of the cauliflower is gonna stick to the bottom? Just run your tool right over. We have almost no liquid. It has evaporated / soaked up into these veggies. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. All right, at this point, we're pretty much done. All I'm gonna do now is take the scallions, the green parts I should say that we still have left, drop them in. I know this is a lot of green on green on green, but trust me, the flavors are there, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, stir those right in. And then what I'm gonna do is just turn the heat off. Oops, we're done. And then actually, before I do extra salt and pepper, I just want to take a little bit here and just taste it. The best thing to do now is taste it because cauliflower needs salt. It needs to be flavored. So we salted it along the way, so we might not need it, but it's good to taste it before you go and dump more in. Okay, a little more pinch of salt. That's enough. And then we're also going to do a generous pinch of black pepper. Stir this up one more time, and then meet me back at the island because I'm going to show you how I like to serve this up. Our rice is done. I'm just about to plate. What I'm going to plate this with is something I actually filmed the same day. Obviously, I'm going to be wearing the same shirt. That's how you guys will know. But it's my ginger lime chicken. It is so easy, so good. But the best way to eat this rice, coconut basil rice, is alongside of this chicken. It is so tasty. And the combination of the coconut with the lime, with the scallions, with the ginger and the garlic, like, I don't know what happens, but it's amazing. So getting a bite of the chicken and a bite of this rice is perfect. However, you can literally make this rice and eat it on its own, which I've done. The longer it sits in the fridge, the better it tastes. But today, since I made the chicken, I made the rice. So it's a win-win for me. Get some of that on there. Oh, look at that. Probably gonna be hot. Okay. At this exact moment, I'm very happy that I used the full fat coconut milk. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, the flavor is amazing. The rice on its own, if you wanna just come in and take a look really quick, it almost looks like risotto. Like, I don't even know if you told people that this was rice, if they would like not believe you. Like, I don't even know. It's so, so good. Mind blown. Out of this world. You guys gotta try to make this. You saw what I put into it. Not a lot of ingredients. Super healthy, super tasty, local fresh ingredients. It's where it's at. You guys are gonna love this. Make this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, I will post a recipe for the chicken and for the rice down below, so you guys can click on my blog link and go there and make it and find the exact measurements. So for many more recipes from me, go to my blog and please subscribe to my channel so that I can share more recipes with you guys. Low carb, of course. Kathleen Hart here. See you later.